The hallmarks.
Actually a member of the Sijic Order?
It must be. There must be something important going on to bring them out of hiding.
Take a moment to center yourself.
Finally, you arrived. We were able to gather everyone together, but they've already started the meeting. Valcerin tried to make them wait, but the Sapia... To be honest, not great. Even the Proxy Queen is hesitant to accept our request. As always, everyone's so worried about proper High Elf decorum that they Everyone's gathered in the council chamber. You should go inside.
You can't make such demands. The Sapiarchs are the keepers of the Crystal Tower.
This is about more than the College of Sapiarchs, Lanatil.
If Raz could intervene, perhaps we should hear from our newly arrived friend.
We concur with Razandar. Let us hear what the adventurer has to say.
The Sapiarchs aren't...
I've tried every reasonable argument I could possibly...
Raz had many plans for what he would do once Somerset was safe. Find drink, find food, a chance to relax.
This situation sets a precedent that makes us uncomfortable. The Sijic Order tries our patience, but we will allow this council meeting to play out.
The Sapiarchs recognize your bravery on our behalf in Lalandril and within the Crystal Tower, but there is nothing you can say that will alter our thinking on this matter. So Valcerin claims. If this is true, the college shall institute new measures to protect the tower. That is well within our capabilities. The Psijic Order is responsible for all that has happened. Why should I trust them now? Perhaps you're right, but the Sapiarchs did not cause these events. The Psijic Order did. My people died protecting the Crystal Tower. Why should I accept aid from the very Order that's responsible for their deaths? Be that as it may, the Sapiarchs will continue to do as we always have. We shall protect the Crystal Tower. Entrusting that responsibility to anyone else is just far too dangerous a risk to take. That's your opinion. You are a newcomer. I have no reason to believe that you have Somerset's best interests in mind. For all I know, you and the Psijic Order wish to use the Crystal Tower for your own purposes.
Our friend has proven their mettle time and time again. Raz thinks you should hear about these deeds. Oriandra, admit our guests now, yes?
What are you up to, Razumdar?
I will vouch for this adventurer. While I was blinded by prejudice and hate, their actions saved Shimmerine.
The Divine Prosecution recognizes this adventurer's efforts to maintain the peace. I can personally attest that they saved Katan Keep from a Daedric cult.
Alchemy vouches for this adventurer. Within our troop, loyalty and trust come before all. This brave hero has demonstrated those qualities 1,000 times over.
We have heard enough. We accept that the adventurer is trustworthy. Sapiarch Larnatil, listen to what they have to say.
I apologize for my assumptions. It's clear you've done much good for Somerset and its people. The protection of the Crystal Tower has been the Sapiarch's duty for time immemorial. To change that now feels like we've failed. I can't deny the truth of your words. Very well. Henceforth, the Sapiarchs will accept outside aid in order to best protect the Crystal Tower. I'll begin preparations immediately. However, I still refuse to allow the Psijic Order to participate. I promise we will work with the Proxy Queen to make sure the Crystal Tower remains safe. I'll begin preparations immediately. We'll even allow the Divine Prosecution and the Mages Guild to participate in these efforts.
Raz is sure there are many more details to work out, but for now, this one just wants a very strong drink.
If you would wait a moment, my friend, I'd like to talk privately. Thank you for helping me win this last battle. While the Psijic Order will not be among those protecting the Crystal Tower, we will continue to observe from afar. We never meant to take such a direct role in events. We're observers, watchers. We lend a hand, guide fate, but never directly shape it. Besides, I need to return to Artaeum and take up on an interim basis until we get beyond this crisis and can make a decision for the future. In the meantime, I want to atone for what the Right Master and Lathan did. I owe Somerset that much, at least. You're attuned to Artaeum and have a connection to the Psijic Order now. The portal will always be open for you, and you'll always be welcome on. I believe there's a certain Khajiit who wishes to speak to you. Go on.
Razumdar, remove your furry seat from our throne.
After all Raz has done for Queen and country, you would deny him this small comfort?
Why Cousin Irene tolerates you, we'll never understand. We deal with Razumdar out of respect for our dear cousin. But some...
Raz could get used to such a seat. Metaphorically speaking, of course. This one would prefer a throne with far more padding. But enough of such talk. Today we celebrate your victory. From newcomer to... Raz thought of many different plans once he heard of this meeting. He is glad the first turned out so well. His other plans, well, there is no need to dwell on such unsavory details. This one never doubted you could do it, Five Claw. Actually, Raz may have doubted you a few times. Or many times. But he apologizes for that. After all, you have now proven yourself most capable. And of course, Raz did indeed. On behalf of Queen Irene, this is for you. Ironic how Somerset was saved by one of the newcomers it so distrusts. This is a good lesson for the High Elves, yes? Maybe now they'll realize that change is not so bad after all. So, Five Claw, what sort of reward? Raz, enjoy yourself, my friend. Raz certainly plans to.
Our throne, Razumdar. We would have it back now.
So tense, your majesty. Must be this uncomfortable throne. Perhaps Raz could suggest a most comfortable cushion upon which you could sit.
Such a cushion is much too lumpy for our tastes, Cat. We thank you for the aid you provided to our green and pleasant land. Newcomer, you have shown us that sometimes...
Raz has much to do after this. Reports to write, missives to send. Perhaps he will go visit his family once all is done. It has been far too long.
It was hatred that changed my son. Hate of the new. Hate of those different from us. And here you are, a newcomer. The very reason we're all still alive. I hope your actions change the minds of many others before they too take the wrong path.
have had a lot of time to reflect on my actions in Shimmerine, to truly see how I let my prejudice blind me. Don't get me wrong. I'm still not pleased that we've opened our borders, but if my home is changing, then so must I.
My, I have heard such tales about you. Would you consider giving the troops rights to your story? I've always thought I'd make a rather good nocturnal. Ah, but now is not the time for such talk. Be merry, my little sneak. You deserve it. Spectacular as always. We've even started on a new production. I'd love to give you the details, of course, but confidentiality is first and foremost within my troupe, as you well know. And please, feel free to visit. I always enjoy our little chats.
So you really beat the Daedric Prince? Unbelievable. Makes being an ambassador seem a bit dull in comparison. Not that I'm not proud of my work, of course, but perhaps a battle or two is overdue. My axe arm is feeling a tad rusty.
Quite a party. I must admit I feel a little out of place. Someone was under the impression that I saved the Illumination Academy. You and I know better, of course. Congratulations, Karam. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to try to blend in.
Only someone truly amazing would be able to change a Sapiarch's mind. Of course, from what I've seen, you were certainly the right candidate. I just hope the Mages Guild is allowed to participate in the Tower's... Well, the research we collected within Eben Standmont hasn't been taken as well as I hoped. Many have questioned the credibility of my sources. Still, I'm hopeful that something good will come from our time there.
Have no worries. I'm a mer of my word. I'll begin preparations at once to decide on appropriate allies for the Crystal Tower's defenses.
So you really were an investigator for the Proxy Queen? Or are you an eye of the Queen? A Psijic? I'm so confused. I could have sworn those papers were full. I don't think I've ever met someone whose life is so complicated. If I had to map it out for an investigation, I'd imagine it'd look like the Spiral Skein. So please, try not to get into any trouble for my sake. Yes, well, better, I suppose. She's still impulsive and reckless, but I'll admit she's gotten better about taking other people into consideration. She's even shown me a few of the things she's learned while overseas. I don't, for the most part, but I'm trying to be more open-minded. There is some merit to it if you look deeply enough. We do have you to thank for the fresh start, so if nothing else, I owe it to you to try. Best of luck with your own
I did say we'd only arrive in time to clean up the mess, didn't I? If it means a safer Somerset for all of us, then I'm honored to have played my part, however small. I was glad for the opportunity. When the Khajiit approached me, I thought my side investigation had finally crossed the wrong people. Fortunately, Razumdar's allegiances are in the right place, even if his methods are questionable. Into the Court of Bedlam. After I gave my report on the events at Caton Keep, my superior considered the matter closed. I, of course, disagreed, so I continued to pursue the leads we uncovered along with Linda Foy and Silery. Swimmingly, though I think Silery's brashness is rubbing off on us. We never got as close as you did to the organization's leadership, but while you were lopping off the heads of the Hydra, we were sweeping its legs out from under it. There's nothing harder to kill than an idea, believe me. The Court of Bedlam as we know it is gone, but the ideals it stood for will always appeal to some segments of our society. All we can do is be vigilant in excising their corruption. And it's been an...
Ceaseloads, Daedric princes, Yagra, crazy cultists. I never expected so many interesting diversions when I first decided to come to Somerset. You have my admiration, my friend.
Too bad the Khajiit didn't need my help. I had a perfectly adequate speech prepared to praise your many talents. Maybe I'll recite it for you later if you want.
The quality of ale and wine available in this palace is absolutely amazing. I may move in. Seriously, it was my pleasure.
Good work, soldier. You've done a great deal for the citizens of this island.
Congratulations, Adminin. I usually avoid gatherings like this, but I'm trying to, I don't know, open up. For what it's worth, I told the
So, this book just magically appeared in front of you?
I know what I saw. I was upstairs watching the ceremony, and I turn around for but a moment, and then this book just suddenly appears.
Look, the palace is magically sealed by some of the finest mages in Somerset. There's no way someone just teleported a book in here.
Maybe it's a cursed relic then? I didn't touch it. It's still on the seat upstairs. Maybe we should ask the Sapiarchs to look at it?
said. The proxy queen is unable to hold an audience with petitioners at this time. There are other affairs that require her attention.
And when will your ever-busy proxy queen see us?
Does she even intend on receiving our petitions? Or does she cast us aside like the rest of you high elves?
Many affairs compete for the proxy queen's attention. The complaints of newcomers do not rank as a matter of priority, simply put.
How dare you dismiss me, as though I was some commoner? I refuse to leave this spot until my petition is heard.
The same goes for me.
Take a moment to center yourself, and maybe you will hear this music as this one does. The tones echo through the stone as though the entire city... Have you heard a generational song? A high...
look what the sea washed ashore.
Well?
Come close.
Another visitor? Well, look what the sea washed ashore.
When did these accursed soldiers appear?
servant. Come forth and walk upon the face of the earth.